Good morning. This is JC, St. Louis's oldest living hippie. And I just wanted to kind of read a bit of this email. And it's a form email. They send it out and just put your name on it. It doesn't matter who you are, they send out tons of them. But I think that it's interesting the way that this email's written. It's called The World's Oldest Toddler. And I think that applies. Why the strongman president is actually America's biggest snowflake. And of course, here's the victim card that Trump is playing. Okay, and to read the text, which I'll have to do because the text reader is not available on the email. I was born at the tail end of Generation X. Well, more technically, I'm part of a micro generation called Exennials. Those of us born between 1978 and 1982 who know how to use both the internet and a rotary phone. We grew up straddling two eras, living analog childhoods before digital took over. We got to roam the streets unsupervised until the streetlights came on, rode our bikes without helmets, and understood the primal terror of a VHS tape jamming in the VCR. We lived through the era of Just Say No, feared the mythical stranger in the van with free candy, and carefully inspected our Halloween treats for ever looming threat of hidden razor blades. Though, fun fact, there's never been any confirmed case of this actually happening. Why am I sharing all this? Because Generation X and Exennials are a tough, self-reliant bunch. We weren't coddled by helicopter parents. We sat in the back seat without seatbelts because, well, they were considered optional. And we drank from garden hoses, not hydro flask. We learned early that life isn't fair, whining got you nowhere, and when Ralphie Scott got his eyes shot out with the Red Ryder BB gun in A Christmas Story, we didn't blame the BB gun, we blamed Ralphie. And I'm going on down here. This is a post by Trump if you want to read it. I'll give you a second here. How much did Kamala Harris pay Bruce Springsteen for his poor performance during her campaign for president? He's got to dig into something. It's over with. Forget about Kamala. She's ancient history, and so is the 2024 election. Okay, she might come back in 2028, but don't dwell on the 2024 election. You won the motherfucker, you dumbass. I never thought I'd see the day when the leader of the free world would so consistently sound like a 78-year-old toddler, perpetually aggrieved, forever the victim, and always a snowflake. I genuinely never expected that not only would we elect such an unqualified person to the highest office, but that we would put someone so chronically fragile and thin-skinned, excuse me, in charge of our nuclear codes. Well, that scares the hell out of me. A man who has the power to shape the destiny of the world, yet spends his days on social media crying about how unfairly he's treated. He's the most powerful person on the planet, yet somehow he's always the victim. It's exhausting. For the last several years, Americans have watched this sideshow with a mix of shock, anger, and embarrassment. I truly am embarrassed to be from the United States of America for one reason: Donald Trump. Trump is the self-styled alpha male. There's no way in hell Trump could ever be an alpha male. He talks tough. He yells at the people who work for him. Why? Because they work for him and they know they'll get fired if they don't kowtow to him. I'd hit him right in the, well, I won't say that. A man for whom every slight is a moral wound, every criticism is unforgivable sin. He lashes out at late-night comedians, retired generals, Gold Star families, and 17-year-old climate activists. He whines about TV ratings, magazine covers, and polls that don't sufficiently stroke his ego. If there's one thing he's consistent about, it's his ability to make every minor inconvenience or critique about himself a truly remarkable feat for a man who claimed he would restore America's strength and resolve. Think about it. Every time Trump gets criticized, his first instinct isn't to reflect, adapt, or push forward. It is to whine, to blame, to find someone else to point the finger at. He's the kid in the group project who insists he did all the work even though everyone else knows he didn't. He's the guy who shows up for the pickup basketball game, gets lightly bumped, and demands a foul every single time. I'm not saying a president has to be stoic, stone-faced statue. I'm saying that our country is one that prizes resilience. We ended up with a president who embodies its exact opposite. For someone who claims to be a fighter, he sure spends a lot of his time throwing pity parties for himself, and he spends a lot of his time backing down. He's a puffer. He puffs up and then pretends like he's going to stand up tough to someone like um, Joe Biden, who, by the way, has what probably is terminal cancer. And Joe Biden, you're not hearing a word out of him. He's fighting it stoically, I'm sure. But Trump would probably be crying all over his diapers if he found out he had terminal cancer. All right, to the young people who just started paying attention to politics within the last decade, don't let this define our future. Our country is made of rugged, resilient people, not grown up, miserable toddlers. And please, as it says here, share this video. I'm going to put it up on TikTok. And this is JC saying, fuck Donald Trump. And to all my friends, family, followers, subscribers, love you all. By the way, subscription to any of my streams on TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube, Facebook, any of the others, they're all free. I don't charge for them. I don't make any money off of them. I may start selling T-shirts to see if anybody's interested in I'm wearing my ugly face around the neighborhood. But anyway, this is JC saying, "Pox some more, Jack. Keep on trucking."